We'll come to the markets shortly. Let's first talk about the companies which reported their earnings today. L&T Finance Holdings is one of those companies which declared Q4 results during market hours today. The company has posted a 22% rise in net profit to 171 crore rupees, driven by healthy loans and stable asset quality. Net interest income that has climbed more than 25% year on year. There was a big contribution coming in from other income, but let's understand how the quarter fared and what the earnings indicate. I'm talking to Mr. N. Sivaraman. He is President and whole-time Director of L&T Finance Holdings. He's joining in right now from Mumbai. So thanks very much for talking to NDTV Profit and congratulations on a decent set of numbers. What is the loan growth outlook for the next fiscal, sir, and which segments do you think will contribute to growth?
There are two aspects to it. One, very clearly the tenor for which we give the loans do help us achieve a loan book growth because the principal attrition is slow. So as you would have seen, even as the disbursements have been flat, our loan book has grown quite handsomely. In addition to that, the current year the loan growth has been around some of the tier 1 developers is something which we have focused on, and second piece have been the renewable energy sector as well as the road sector, where we have been able to invest some, make some good disbursement coming through. In addition to that is the corporate loans and leases, and also the capital market products where we finance the promoters have definitely helped us grow the business. But I will not, I'll be making a mistake if I don't talk about the rural products finance, which has shown a healthy growth of almost about 50% in its disbursement. So all of this have really helped us grow the business book quite well. Going forward, I think it's just a demonstration that even as the disbursements remain flat, we can grow the book by making the right choice of tenure as well as the right choice of clients. So going forward, there is an opportunity to grow just as well as the current year.
So we do know that credit costs have been inching upwards, but is this the peak though, and at what levels do you see them normalizing?
Well, as a level of NPAs, we might still see some increase, but I think the amount that we will end up charging to the P&L account as credit cost, our view is that the absolute amount have more or less peaked, and while I cannot say from when it will start coming down, definitely the absolute amount will remain pretty stable. And the other important piece is that as a percentage of assets, as a ratio to assets, it should start slowly coming down. When the credit cost actually coming down, the accelerated improvement will happen in the returns.
So what's the outlook on commercial vehicles and the commercial equipment space? Because those areas have been seeing quite a bit of stress of late.
I think we have to be sympathetic to the sector. They have been impacted by, one, on the operational side, increase in prices of the vehicle, the spares, and also the operating cost around diesel. In addition to that, most of them have also been impacted by their own personal living costs because of the inflation. So all of this have definitely impacted their overall profitability. In addition to that is that the freight loading or the construction or hiring opportunities have also been lower. So this has all impacted. But I think one important piece is that both from a customer point of view, from our perspective, we can actually foreclose the loan by repossessing the asset and finding alternate buyers. So we have actually managed this portfolio both by way of actively collecting, in addition to taking a courageous call to kind of foreclose the loan by repossession of the asset and selling them off.
So we don't get to talk often, so I'm going to take this opportunity and ask you if you are looking at any acquisitions, particularly in the wealth management space, and also a word on when you expect business to break even post the Fidelity acquisition.
Okay, as of today, we are not considering any acquisition in the wealth management business, clearly, right? That's not something on our radar at the moment. But as far as the investment management business is concerned, I think if I look at normalized run rate, we are not very far away from break-even on a monthly basis. The assets should start showing growth in the current year. The average asset should go up. Consequently, along with that will also be the fee income that we can earn. So this definitely helps us reach a break-even. I think this year will be a year where we will achieve break-even and start building value for the overall business.
Mr. Sivaraman, sir, thanks very much for talking to NDTV Profit and giving us more clarity about your quarterly earnings and the outlook going ahead on various verticals and where you expect growth to come in from. That's L&T Finance Holdings. The stock today closed in the negative territory. Let's talk about what happened in the market specifically.